Hi, fourth graders. Go ahead and take out your math books to page 145. Page 145. Thank you. We are going to look at some more fractions with common denominators. All right, I'm going to skip number 1 and number 2, and I'm going to focus on number 3. All right, and this may be a long lesson because it's totally new, but we're going to review it again tomorrow. Even if we are going to review it, I still want you to try your best with following along. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them at our meeting. So please go to page 145, and we're going to look at number 3. Okay. Alrighty. So notice here with these fractions, the denominators are different. The denominators are different. Now you cannot do this. You cannot do, oh, 1 plus 1 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. My answer is 2, 6. That's not how it works, okay? That is not how it works in the world of math or fractions. So we have to do something else. We have to make the fractions the same. At least the denominators. The denominators need to be the same. And we've been practicing this last week. What we'll do is we'll take the denominators and find their least common multiple. So with 4 and 2, let's use a different color. With 4 and 2, okay, I'm going to list their multiples until I find something they have in common. So like on scratch paper, if you have scratch paper, here's what you do. You write down 4 and you write down their multiples. Let's just write down the first 5. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, now I'm going to list the first 5 multiples of 2. 2, 4. Oh, you know what? I can stop. You know why I can stop? I already found what they have in common. The smallest number, the first number they have in common is 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to put 4 as my denominator. Okay, 4 as my denominator. Now, I'm going to ask myself, what did I multiply to 2 to get 4? I multiplied 2. So that means up here, I need to multiply 2. And what is 1 times 2? It's 2. All right. Next, over here, what did I multiply to 4 to get 4? Just 1. So up here, it's 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. So here is my brand new equation. 1/4 plus 2/4. 1/4 plus 2/4. So my denominators are the same, and I'm going to do just simply 1 plus 2, which is 3. Boom! That is my new answer, 3/4. Okay? Now I know as you're writing this down, you're thinking, all right, this is still confusing. That's okay. It's the first one, and we'll practice this as many times as we can until we get it, okay? Let's now look at B. Okay. Notice again, the denominators are different, so I need to make them the same. I cannot do 8 plus 4 as the denominators. That doesn't make any sense in the math world. To us, it might make sense because all we're doing is adding. It's just normal to us, but we have to find their least common denominator. So again, on scratch paper, I'm going to list the multiples. I'll list the multiples of 8. 8, 16, and 24, 32, and 40. Now I'm going to list the multiples of 4. 4, 8, and I'm going to stop. You know why? Because I already found what they have in common. It's the 8. I don't have to keep going. So here, I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to put 8 as my denominator. Okay. Then I'm going to ask myself some questions like, what did I multiply to 4 to get 8? What did I multiply to 4? I multiplied 2. So up here, I multiplied 2. What's 1 times 2? 2. Okay, now for this next one, what did I multiply to 8 to get 8? I multiplied 1. So up here, I'm going to multiply 1 and 2. Multiply 1 also. So 3 times 1 is 3. So my brand new equation is 3/8 plus 2/8. Now my denominator will be 8 because they're the same. But now I need to add 3 plus 2 is 5. So my new answer is 5/8. Okay. All right. Let's do letter C. Oh, this time they threw in whole numbers. So these are mixed fractions. That's okay. We can do this, mixed numbers. So I'm just going to focus again on the denominators. Notice they are different. We've got 2 and 3. So I need to find their least common denominator. I'm going to list the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, I'm only listing the first 5. And then with 3, 3, 6, boom, I'm done. I already see what they have in common, the 6. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to write 6 here as my denominator and 6 here as my denominator. And then I'm going to multiply, start multiplying. What did I multiply to 3 to get to 6? 3 times 2 is 6. So then up here, it's 1 times 2 is 2, not 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Over here, what did I multiply to 2 to get 6? 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, now I've got to remember I've got whole numbers, so I can't leave those alone. So I'm going to just do this. 4 plus 6 is 10. And then I can add 3, 6 plus 2, 6. Well, I know my denominator is going to be 6. So I'm going to do 3 times plus 2 is 5. So my brand new answer is 10 and 5, 6. Okay, letter D. Letter D. Again, they've got whole numbers there. Not to throw you off, it's just there. So I have to look at my denominators, 5 and 2. They're different, okay? And I'm going to have to find their least common denominator. So I'm going to list the multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just the first 5. Now the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Do you see the number they have in common? The first number they have in common is 10. It's 10. So that means my denominator would be 10. So I'm going to do this. Let me write over here. 10, 10. And I'll put 3. Actually, no, let's leave that. Let's do 2 times something equals 10. 5, right? So that means 1 times 5 equals 5. Over here, 5 times something equals 10. 5 times 2 equals 10. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 2 equals 4. So now I have to add the whole numbers. This is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9, and my denominator is 10. So my answer is 4 and 9/10. Okay, as you're copying this down and going to the next page, I'm going to write down the steps to this, okay? So let's go to the next page. Okay, here are the steps to when you are, oh, I can write there. Oh, good. Here are the steps to when you are changing the fractions when they have different denominators, okay? So first, you have to look at the denominators. Ooh, let's do this. Look at the denominators. Oh no, let me write. Okay, well, maybe it won't let me write over there. Oh, it definitely won't let me write over there. Okay, let me write over here instead then. Oopsie. Okay, first look at the denominators. Don't write this down. And then find the LCD, which means you have to list all the multiples. And then you change them. You do the equivalent fractions. Okay. Now again, you're thinking, this is a lot of work. It doesn't make sense. Every time I teach this to 4th grade, around this time of year, it gets complicated because it's a lot more steps. But the more you practice it, the better you'll get, okay? So let's look at number 4. Okay, so subtract after finding a common denominator. So this time we're just subtracting. Same idea with number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the denominators, 2 and 3. They are totally different, so I need to find their LCD. On scratch paper, I'm going to find the, oops, that's still not as, excuse you. Okay, 2, the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. The multiples of 3 are 3, 6, boom! I found the first thing they have in common, 6. So that means I'm going to put 6 as my denominator. And then what did I multiply to 3 to get 6? 2. So this one is times 2. This is times 2, which is 2. What did I multiply to 2 to get 6? 3. So this is times 3. This is times 3. So it's 3. So now it's 3, 6, take away 2, 6. My denominator is 6, but when I do 3 take away 2, it's 1. 3 take away 2. So my answer is 1, 6. Number 4B. All right, so I'm going to list the multiples of 5 and 10 because they're different denominators. So the multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, and 20, 25. The multiples of 10 are 10, boom, I'm done. Look, that's the first thing they have in common. So I need to put 10 here and 10 here. What did I multiply to 10 to get 10? I multiplied 1. So I'm going to do times 1 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. What did I multiply to 5 to get 10? 2. So 5 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. So this one now is 8 tenths. Take away 3 tenths, which is, well, my denominator I know will be 10, right? Oof, that's thick. But 8 take away 3 is 5. Ooh, I need to reduce that. So I'm going to do this. The factors of 5 are 1 and 5. The factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, 10. I divide by 5 because that's what they have in common. 1/2. So that's my real answer for B. All right, take a look at C. I'm going to take 7 and 14. Let's list the factors of 7, or the multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. Now the multiples of 14, 14 times 1 is 14, 14 times 2 is 28. But you know what? I can stop because I already see one thing they have in common already. 14. So I'm going to do 14 and 14. What did I multiply to 14 to get 14? 1. So up here it's times 1, which is 3. What did I multiply to 7 to get 14? 2. So it's times 2. Up here it's times 2. So 6 times 2 will be 12. Oh, they have a whole number. I just noticed that. So this is how it's going to be. Oopsie, it disappeared on me. I knew that was going to happen because it was already a long lesson. So let me pull that up again. Okay. We were here. We had 14 as our denominators. Okay, and this was 3. And up here I did 7 times 2, 6 times 2, which is 12. Okay, and then this is a 2. So since it's 2 take away 0, it's just 2. But 12 take away 3, do you know what 12 take away 3 is? 9. So my new answer is 2 and 9/14. I don't have to reduce anything. All right, last one. I know this is long, but again, it's good practice, and we'll review it at our meeting. So I've got 2 and 4. So the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8. The multiples of 4 are 4, 8. Ah, I see something they have in common. Not the 8, not the 8, the 4s. Okay, so the 4. So I'm going to do 8 and 8. So this is times 2, which is 8. So up here it's 2, which is 2. 2 times 4 is 8, so 1 times 4 is 4. Now remember, I've got whole numbers to think about as well. So I've got 5 and 4 eighths, take away 2 and 2 eighths. So I can subtract. 8 is my denominator. 5 take away 2 is 3, but 4 take away 2 is 2. But I need to reduce 2 eighths because they're both even. So the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. The factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. But I can use 2 to divide. So this is going to be 1/4. So my real answer is 3 and 1/4. I know, so much work, but you can do it, fourthies. I know it's especially hard since we're not in person, and it would be better if we were in person. Um, and we're all trying our best here to making sense of all of this. Excuse me. All right, so here's your seat work for today. Oh, snap. I had it right. Then it kicked me out. So for today, your seat work, I'll use purple. Oh, that's not as, yes, please. Okay, better. And then I'll give you the riddle. So please do page 146, number, let me make sure I'm here. 5, 7, 8, and 9. We'll skip the word problem for now because it's super long. But for seat work, just do page 146, number 5, 7, 8, and 9. Now let me go over the riddle. The question is, what is Santa's favorite candy? So what is Santa's favorite candy? And I threw a hint in the language lesson video. Okay, so here's the seat work for today's math. And then here is the riddle. I'll see you at our meeting, fourthies. Thank you so much for staying with me.